It is my honor to announce that the 2024 Heisman Award goes to Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter is the winner of the Heisman Trophy. And I am Dawn Marie Morris. I am the World Class Training Institute founder and chief training officer, as well as the curator of the Leaders Lounge. And I am so excited to say that Travis Hunter is the Heisman Trophy winner. Now, I have to say that over the years, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to the Heisman winner. However, as I have been watching the Colorado Buffaloes story as it has unfolded under the leadership of Deion Sanders, I definitely was keyed in to Travis Hunter when he was nominated. And then, of course, yesterday I listened to and watched his acceptance speech. And that is the part that I really want to talk about today, because Travis Hunter, a young man who followed Coach Prime from Jackson State to Colorado, and then now has won the Heisman Trophy, gave a speech yesterday that leaders at some of the highest levels in the country, and dare I say the world, have not been able to do in terms of the elements of a leadership acceptance speech that moves, inspires, and clearly delineates the path that one took to get to the place they have gotten. And I believe that Travis Hunter did an outstanding job of that yesterday. So that's the piece that I definitely want to and will extrapolate as I spend a little time today celebrating as well that Travis Hunter is head of the class in college football. Congratulations first, Travis Hunter. I don't know you, but I did watch the Colorado Buffaloes play when I went to University of Colorado Thanksgiving weekend. And it was a fantastic 52-0 game. So congratulations to you. Now, before I even get into that, I asked myself, for those who don't know, some people may not even know, hey, what is the Heisman? How do people get the Heisman? So the Heisman Trophy I'm going to share with you is awarded like this. So it is given for outstanding performance, which best exhibits the pursuit of excellence with integrity. Winners epitomize great ability combined with diligence, perseverance, and hard work. So outstanding performance, and that performance is in the area of football, which best exhibits the pursuit of excellence with integrity. Winners epitomize great ability combined with diligence, perseverance, and hard work. And for those who may be interested, the award was originally given to the best player, I think, was east of the Mississippi, and then they expanded it later. So now it can be given to any college player in the United States of America, and it is given to the best person. So just for those people, again, who may not know anything about Travis Hunter, may be limited in their knowledge of Travis Hunter, and not that I am one who would consider herself an aficionado. A little bit I do know is that he does play both sides of the field in football. And my daddy raised me to know a little bit about football. So I know about offense and defense. So he plays on both the offensive and the defensive side. I can talk about downs. I can actually have a little conversation about it. So he plays offense and defense. And what I do know from I was raised in Ohio, so I'm still a Cleveland Browns fan, raised in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. Yes, always be a Cleveland Browns fan, even if we never win. That is an aside. But be that as it may, my daddy used to have me watching football. And back in those days, and even today, you rarely find, I don't think if ever, there probably are others, but I don't know them who play offense and defense. When you finish doing your offense, then you go sit on the side until the offense comes back up and vice versa. I saw it and I know it's true, and everybody in the country knows it's true because he's on record. And if you look up in Wikipedia on Heisman Trophy winners, you will see Travis Hunter's name listed on both sides. So when you're talking about being the best in the game, and I know there were some discussions about, should he have won or shouldn't he have won, because there were some other great players and there's taking nothing away from them. But for him to be outstanding on both sides of the field, that takes a lot of time, dedication, perseverance. The things that they're saying here, you have got to have diligence, perseverance, and no doubt about it, you have got to demonstrate some hard work. So in terms of him winning, of course, I don't vote. I think some people, fans, do have the ability to vote in turn, as well as journalists, and I think some previous Heisman winners as well. People can check me on that. I believe those are the three groups of people who are able to vote. But in the debates that you have related to whether he shouldn't have won or shouldn't have won, I think that the one thing that cannot be disputed is that this young man had to have demonstrated diligence, perseverance, and definitely hard work to be able to masterfully handle both the offense and the defense in the game of football. So that's that part. Now, as I mentioned, I want to talk about specifically that speech that he gave yesterday, because leaders who are going to be outstanding must know how to speak well. And I'll also say that before, because I see my book sitting back there, and Unpacking Agape, the 7 Languages of Intentional Leadership. I talk about how leaders have to motivate to win. And in his speech, I think that he more than delivered on that. If you want to pick up the book, you can get that at worldclasstraining.net/agape, because I talk about going from being an individual contributor to a leader of people. And one of the criteria is that you have to be somebody who is able to motivate others to win. And that speech, where he was able to really carefully and almost at a granular level walk through the significance of each of those individuals and groups of people who were part of his journey, were definitely motivational nuggets that people can carry with them as they are going forward and leading themselves and leading others. And I'm going to get into a couple of them in particular. I'm just going to grab my notes right quick. So first of all, great leaders that he mentioned. He mentioned his grandmother. And he got into, again, specificity. I always tell my leaders that when you're talking about giving performance reviews, right, you can't just say, that Tony is a great person on the team. I enjoy having Tony around, and that's it. You need to say specifically why you enjoy having Tony around. I enjoy having Tony around because whenever he comes into the office in the morning, he greets everyone with a smile. When we are having office meetings, he is one who contributes to the discussion in a way that helps us with our goals and objectives. He is one who has been recognized by other departments as going the extra mile. If we are looking for something, he is the person who doesn't just say, I can't find it. He goes about finding it. So those are 3 ways that I'm supporting the idea that I said Tony is a great person to be around. So when I say that Travis Hunter didn't just say, hey, I want to thank my grandma. I love my grandma. She's a great person. No, he went deeper. He got into the granular. He let us know, he helped us to visualize how she made an impact by specifically saying, when he was 4 years old, she's the one who told him to go outside and play with his, I think it was his siblings or his friends in the neighborhood, play football, and told him to put on some, what do you call those things? What are those things called? Y'all know what they're called. The shoulder pads. Put on the shoulder pads and go out there and play. And he's like, y'all can see how small I am, and can you imagine me out there playing with them at 4 years old? So by him saying that, we were able to kind of visualize what that looked like at 4. He's talked specifically about what she did. Then he mentioned specifically his one brother. He called out and called up to him and said, hey man, we've been going through this together. So you can just imagine young kids. I imagine myself and my brother as we were growing up as children, and how we would have little conversations about him playing basketball. I would sit beside him during the bad days when he didn't want to talk, and just wait for him to kind of get his thoughts together. So you can imagine that. I'll go more. Specifically, he talked about, of course, he talked about his mother, and he talked about his fiance. He talked about specifically how his mom took them from Florida to Georgia so that they could have a better opportunity. He talked about how his fiance helped him when he was ill. So we can kind of visualize what was going on in the background, because when we see leaders and we see people in that moment, we don't know what went on in the background, right? We see that person, but we don't understand for us to understand that, yeah, everybody has challenges, everybody has decisions that they have to make, and everybody has, if you're good and you're blessed, you have a support system. So I think he did a fantastic job of that. And of course, he mentioned his coaches. He mentioned even Lil Wayne, that he never listened to music before, and he called out a specific song that he listened to that was Lil Wayne. So all of that was, to me, and he didn't stutter, he didn't stammer. There may have been a few, grammatical errors, but, don't we all make a couple? And so, but the way that he walked that thing out was a leadership acceptance speech that, to me, revel those of politicians, or those who have studied how to make speeches and how to move a crowd and inspire people. So I think he did a fantastic job. And then the other thing I want to talk about is the importance of the steps that he outlined. So he outlined his high school piece, and then he talked about how, Coach Prime changed his life forever, but when he made the decision to go from Jackson to Colorado. So I want to stop on that for a moment, because I'm not going to talk necessarily about the speech, but I'm going to talk about leaders and how leaders have to make decisions that for some may be unpopular, but you have to have a vision that is greater than what's in front of you. And sometimes as a leader, you may not have the whole team on board, but if you are committed to the vision, you know why you've chosen the vision, and you can persevere and be diligent even in the face of things of difficulty. If you're walking in purpose and you have been fully aligned in what your ultimate goal is, then you can make decisions that are unpopular and still walk in them boldly and with confidence. And not that you should never ever walk without confidence, but it helps when you know that you're in and on purpose, right? And so I think that's what Travis Hunter so greatly displayed, because I happen to also see where he made his first announcement that he was going to Jackson State, and there were some other bigger colleges that were pursuing him as well. And when he made that decision, people would have thought, oh, he's going to an HBCU. He's going to fade into the background. He's not going to be remembered. But I want everybody to know that the cream will always rise to the top. I don't care what environment you're in. I'm an HBCU kid. So I don't even know where that comes from, where people think, oh, HBCUs, you're not going to be recognized. And I guess that's because the society doesn't necessarily lean in terms of the press and all of that. But when you're great, guess what? The press comes to you. Nobody really was checking for Colorado, but by the time Colorado got Coach Prime, brought all of his people, I think Shannon Sharp and his crew even came and did a show there. I don't think Colorado actually won that game, but the point is, people will come to where you are when you are great. So don't worry about folding into, and I heard Travis Hunter even say later that, he doesn't necessarily do what everybody else does. And I've been one of those as well. It's great sometimes to follow the road less traveled. Follow the road less traveled. Don't be a part of the crowd and just, oh, I'm going there because that's where everybody goes. That's the place you got to go in order to succeed, because that's where people are going to come and look for you. I'm saying I really shouldn't say but I'm saying that's where they may have said, well, you know what? You're not really going to be recruited if you go to that type of school. The cream rises to the top. And if you're doing well, the best and the people who need to get you or will be able to get you from point A to point B to point C will be there. It is likely that if he had gone to one of those bigger schools, he could have become what they call a needle in a haystack, hard to find, because he's among so many other people. Sometimes going in that arena where there are less people or less eyes, especially if you're outstanding, puts you in a place where you can be more easily found. So I salute that he did that, and he followed in the path that was best for him. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you is something that I got from a book that I read recently. I had read it years ago as well, but our church book club group was reading it, and I read it again a couple of weeks ago as a part of that. And I was like, what he did also in that speech was he executed the philosophy of fish. So if you haven't ever gotten that book, get that book as well. It's Fish, and it talks about ways to boost morale. So I'll walk through those pieces right quick. So the first one is you have to choose your attitude. So in his speech, he talked about how he, through his challenges when he had to take 3 surgeries that he said he didn't even have to take, and I really would like to know more about that. But his girlfriend helped him to choose his attitude so he could move through that and continue on his football journey. As leaders, it's not always going to be easy, but I can guarantee you, again, if you're on purpose, it will always be worth it. So choose the attitude. And as he said, keep your foot on the gas, right? He kept his foot on the gas, even in times of difficulty. So the first thing and the first philosophy from the Fish book is you have to choose your attitude. The second one is you have to be there. So what does that mean? Well, I can be sitting in this seat and I can be in attendance, but it doesn't mean I'm present. You could have YouTube on and it could be coming into your ear gate, so you can be hearing me, but you may not necessarily be listening. And I always tell people that hearing is involuntary. If God grants you the ability, you will be able to hear, but listening requires you leaning in and actually being there. And so how did that show up in that speech? Well, to me, the way that he showed up, that he was not just present, but he was actually leaned into the moment, is that he was cognizant of who he needed to call out. His brother, he didn't even know where he was in the audience. He was like, where you at, bro? Grandma was up there. Made sure he called her out. And the way he even walked down the people who were on the front aisle and being able to really pull out the elements that made them significant in his life was outstanding. He demonstrated that ability to be there. And then the third thing is you have to make sure that you play. Someone even said, I heard his after interview. They said, that might have been one of the funniest speeches ever. He was able to integrate his personality and some fun stuff in that speech when he talked about Lil Wayne. And he said, what is it, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot? I don't know the Lil Wayne song either, but he talked about how, he didn't even listen to music, but listen to Lil Wayne became one of the things that he does, and he got the audience to laugh. As leaders, you have to inject humor organically. Don't be somebody who's corny funny, right? But if you have humor in you and God gives us humor, right? It's okay to inject that into your life, into your speeches. It makes it more enjoyable, engaging, and something that's more memorable. So he did a fantastic job of that. And I'm going to play the whole speech right on the other side of this so you guys can have an opportunity to see it for yourselves. And then finally, make their day. So I've said it before throughout this this segment that we have, but I'll repeat it. Making their day means that you make people feel special. Your presence makes a difference. And he, through that speech, made several people's day. He kept smiles on the people's faces of those who were significant in his life. And somebody said later, he might have left out Bucky. He did leave out Bucky. I'm not familiar with, I know Deion Sanders Jr., and I know that he has, through his media, he has definitely social media presence and his camera work and all of that. He has definitely brought Travis Hunter and the light to him. I'm not sure. There's a lot of people who beyond Bucky that he might have missed. I'm not sure, how he missed that, but it's a big moment, and so I think that he still did a fantastic job of making the day of those people who he mentioned. And, the other part of making their day, he paid, it sounded like, for some people from Colorado to come to celebrate when he won the Heisman. Oh my goodness. He didn't just keep that moment to himself. He said, you know what? Y'all have been a part of this. And even in that, he still thanked Jackson State as well. And then he said, you know what? Colorado, we're going to party tonight. And he has already set up whatever that is. That is making people's day. As leaders, you don't want to just walk this thing out and just be to yourself all of the time. You want to celebrate with those people who matter. You want to make the day of those people who've helped make your day, right? And so I think in terms of boosting morale and exemplifying the qualities of that fish philosophy, he did a great job in an 8-minute speech. So congratulations to Travis Hunter. I wish you all of the best. Again, I don't know you personally, but from a distance, right? I'm here in Nashville, and you got somebody in Nashville praying for your absolute continued success. Make sure that you pick up Unpacking Agape, the 7 Languages of Intentional Leadership at worldclasstraining.net/agape, where you can read all of the goodness about how to become an emerging and great leader as you are leading yourselves and leading others. And as I talked about, we talk about the specific intentional leadership model in that book. And then the other thing is just stay tuned. On the other side of this, I'm playing the whole video for you so you all can see some of the pieces that I talk about in this segment right here. You don't even have to go find it on YouTube. I got it right here for you. And then after that, check on the World Class Training Institute at worldclasstraining.net for all of our leadership and professional development training programs. We have some standard ones, and we also are able to customize training that is specific for your organization, because for us, when you are better, we are absolutely better. Again, congratulations to Travis Hunter, and congratulations to Coach Deion Sanders, who promised him that his life would change forever. And as Travis Hunter said, his life has changed. And I will see you all next time. Stay right here and you can see the full speech.
It is my honor to announce that the 2024 Heisman Award goes to Travis Hunter.
Love you, man. Appreciate it, coach. Love you, bro. Love you. Love you, coach. Love you, bro. You know, thank you, bro. Definitely, bro. Love, bro. I love you, bro. Love you, bro. Shit, try. Yes, sir. Man, appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Travis, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you, dog. Yes, sir. Congratulations, bro. Thank you.
Congratulations, dog. Enjoy it. Before your remarks, give this trophy a lift. This is actually your trophy. One you can take home to Boulder. Give it a test lift.
Let's go!
First, I want to say I thank God, man. I never thought I would be in this position. It's crazy. Your belief take you a long way. It's actually crazy, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First, I want to thank my fiance and my mother. You know, they've been with me since first time I had surgery my first year of college. They never took a step away from me. All the hard hours, all the hard days, all the times I didn't want to wake up and even watch my phone, get on my phone, look at football. Y'all stayed with me. I'm very thankful for y'all. I'm thankful, I'm thankful, I'm thankful. Thankful for my mother. You know, she took me out of Florida, bad area. I'm always getting in trouble. To now, look where I'm at. It's crazy. Thank you. I want to thank Coach Prime, Shador. Man, y'all changed my life forever. That one simple phone call, Shador, look where I'm at. Man, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I'm trying not to get emotional because I know our last game coming up soon. But I'm thankful for both of y'all. Coach Brown, I'm going to whoop you on that lake tomorrow or whenever we get the chance. But thank you, man. You changed my life forever. I told you that multiple times. I'm really appreciative of it. Wayne, you don't know how you came into our life, man. My fiance love you. I ain't learned none. I didn't know none of your songs until she let me know, because I don't listen to music. She let me know. She told me, you got to listen to this. If you don't listen to music, listen to Wayne. And from that day on, that's all I listen to. Pre-game music. That's the song. Those are the songs I listen to. When I get in that TRX and I blast that music, I'm listening to Wayne. It's crazy. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot hot. That's my song. I'm telling you, man, that junk's crazy. I respect you for coming out here, coming to support me, man. You know, Coach Ray, I know you over there trying not to get emotional, but bro, it's them hard hours, them talkless, them sleepless nights that we had, making the final decision to even come back and go with Coach Ryan to Colorado. I mean, it's crazy how far it took us. I'm just shocked to be on this stage right now. I can't even get everything out that I want to say. But man, I love you. Thank you. Everything that you have done for me. Thank you. My brother, where you at, Travis? Yes, sir. That's my dog, man. You know I do this for you, bro. We've been doing this for a long time. You was always next to me. Even the times I didn't want to take you, my mama made me take you. Bro, I'm doing this for you, bro. I'm doing this for all my siblings, man. I thank y'all for keep looking up to me. I'm gonna make sure I keep taking the right steps in the right direction for y'all. Relay that to all of them. Even if I don't get to talk to them or don't see them tonight, I'm thankful for y'all being behind me and looking up to a big brother. I will never let you down. I'm going to keep going. Never let nobody tell you what you can't do. Always do it and keep your foot on the gas. Yeah. My cousin, Fuller, we used to play the game 24/7. I never thought I'd be in this moment, be here on this stage. We was always in that Heisman, creative players and making them 99. I'm on the cover, and we play that game all the time, man. Appreciate you being here. And my grandma. You're the person that got me to start playing football. That means so much to me. You seen the vision before I even seen the vision. At 4 years old, you told me to go put on some pads, go out in the front yard and play with your cousins. Y'all see how small I am? Just imagine me at 4 years old trying to put on shoulder pads. It's crazy. You know, I thank you. I thank you. I know you're up there crying. I rarely talk to you, but I'm telling you right now, I love you. Thank you for everything you have done. And I want to say something to my father. He's not here to be able to make it, but I know you're watching on TV. Dad, I love you. All the stuff you went through, man. I look at your oldest son. I did this for you, man. All the times that you didn't get to see me. When the times you came to see my games. From not seeing probably 2 games in high school to seeing me on TV every weekend and coming to see me, man. That means so much to me. I know you wanted to be here and you can't. But trust me, I got you. I'm bringing the trophy home. I love you. I got more I want to say. You know, all the coaches that helped me when my mom took me and my brother to move away from Florida to Georgia. I thank y'all so much. Coach Fountain, I appreciate you. You took me to every practice. You took me to go get my first pair of cleats in high school. You took me to every training session that I had 2 times a day, every day of the week in the off season. And you made sure I had the good grades to get through high school. I thank you so much. I know you're back home at Collins Hill watching this right now. I hope you don't cry, but I'm gonna cry for you. Thank you. And all my Collins Hill homies, coaches, teachers, I thank y'all. Y'all shine the light on me. Y'all helped me get everything I needed and everything I wanted out of football. Thank y'all. Last but not least, my Colorado Buffaloes. I appreciate y'all so much. I know y'all somewhere out here in New York. Nobody know y'all here, but now they know, baby. Now they know. Hey, man, I thank all the brothers, all my brothers through college, you know, Jackson State included. That was my learning grounds. That was my proving grounds. I had to start somewhere, and I started there. Thank y'all, Jackson State. But Colorado, I know y'all somewhere, and we got this after party finna go crazy. Hey, appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. I put y'all on the flight, but y'all, the most people that made it, thank y'all for making the flight. Holding my name down, holding Colorado name down. Skull Buffs, baby.